Hello, this is Grandma Jeannie from Dollhouse Rescue. Welcome back to my workshop. Tonight we're going to talk about 3D printing. As you may know, I recently got this, so I am new to 3D printing, and I wanted to share a few things that I have learned with you. This is actually part 2 of my learning series about my 3D printer. If you missed part 1 and want to know how to set up this beautiful printer, please check my YouTube channel for that video. When you download the software for this printer, you will get an icon like this on your phone. You can also download it onto your laptop. When you open it up, you'll see that there are a number of files there that are available for download for you to print. And you can just scroll down and there's quite a few there. A lot of them I think are kind of more like Dungeons and Dragons, or I don't know, something that's not necessarily what I'm looking for a dollhouse. But there are some in there that you'll find. Now, a lot of these are free and available at no charge, but a few of them do have a cost. For example, this is how you can tell if they're not free. They'll have this little indicator right here that tells you how much that costs. Now, that is always in pennies. So this one would be $16. That's one of the more expensive ones. A lot of times they're not that expensive. They may be, like 10 cents or 50 cents or $1. There's another one that costs a little bit more. But if they don't have that little green button there, then they are free to download and use. Here's one that costs 10 cents. Now, I've yet to purchase any of these because I've been able to find some that I like that I was able to print at no charge. Now, if you aren't liking what you're seeing here, if you want something particular, there's a search bar here at the top where you can put in whatever you want to look for. Here's what I found out in miniatures. Now, some of these will be like for adult content, and you would have to click on that if you were interested in seeing that, and it might have some sort of nudity or a person with scanty clothes on or something. And again, you can see a lot of these are kind of fantasy, like dragons and so on, not necessarily what I'm looking for a dollhouse. But, somebody might enjoy those for something else. Probably a lot of people do enjoy that. Let's see, here's another one over here that costs $1 to download. And again, I've not paid for any of these. I've been able to find files that I like that didn't have a charge to them. Let's look at a few more of these. Let's try searching under Dollhouse. These items look more like things I'd be interested in, but a lot of them do have a charge with them. And again, I've yet to pay for anything, but I might sometime if I found something that I thought I'd use several times. There's a cute little chair that has no charge to it. I printed this dollhouse not too long ago. Some of you might have seen that on a previous video. It was free. Let's come down here and look at the very first thing that I printed with my son's help was, I saw it down here a minute ago, this little typewriter. And I wouldn't mind printing another one of those. So maybe we can use it for an example. So I've clicked on it and now I can see what it looks like. And it will have the size there. The size is in millimeters, so you have to, I wasn't really comfortable converting that in my mind, so a lot of times I have to go over to Google and see what size that is. But when you come down to the bottom, there should be an option that says slice. Now, slice means that you're going to prepare it to print. So let's click on that. So when I click on slice, it brings me two options, and I'm going to deselect the bottom one because I know I want the top one. The bottom one It's just too big for what I need it for. And then click on slice, which means prepare it to print. And there it is. You can see it. This would be the printing platform it's going to print on, so you can see about how big it's going to be. But I'd like it to be a little bit smaller. This is going to be like 36 millimeters at the biggest measurement. You can see that right down here. And I want it to be a little bit smaller. I think that's about 1.5 inches, if I remember right, but I'd like it to be closer to like 1 inch. So you're going to click over here on scale. And then come down here, and then I just say, well, I just want 1% of that. Let's go at 90% and see what that looks like. So I'm going to click on 90, or click on percent. And then I'm going to come down here, I'm going to say 90. And now I'm printing. It's just that easy. Now it's done. Let's look at the final product. So to print something that I printed before that I liked, I'm going to come out down here to the account button, right down here in the corner. And I'm going to click on, this is stuff that I printed before. There's the typewriter I printed not too long ago. I would like to print the, let's see. This jar, which is, I would call it a vase. So there it is, and I'm just going to click print. I already sized it last time, so I know it's what I want. You always have to choose your device, and it should be listed there for you. It reminds you to check that there's no models there. I have done that. And it's warming up and starting to print. Well, first it's going to warm up a few minutes. I didn't get the printing captured on video, so let's print the Eiffel Tower. First, I'm going to select it from my list of items I previously printed. Here, I am selecting the Creality printer, and then I click the Print button. As always, it reminds me to check to make sure there are no models already on the platform. Now, I can click here and actually watch it print. I'm watching this now on my laptop as it's actually warming up and then printing. I'm going to speed this up quite a bit so then you can actually watch it as it prints. I have sped this up about 15 times faster than the actual time. Remember, I'm watching this print on my laptop. As it prints, you can watch the number and the words to the left, and it will show you what percentage has already been printed and how much time is remaining. And now it's done. Let's get it out and look at it. Isn't it cute? I just love it. This little stripe to the left always prints at the start of every print. It just makes sure that the extruder is working correctly. You just pull that off and throw it away. Thank you for joining me as I've continued to learn about my Creality 3D printer. I look forward to continuing to learn about this fun machine and sharing that information with you. I hope you'll come back. I plan to do one more session to share a few more things that I have learned. In the meantime, remember, you always have a friend here in Iowa, and Grandma Jeannie loves you. Thank you for joining me.